we've been making on average over 100,000 rands every single year by driving Uber or Bolt. In today's video, I'm going to take you through 5 steps on how you can start a successful Bolt or Uber business in South Africa. I say this because we have over 5 years of experience doing this business. We've definitely made a lot of money from this business, and it is definitely worth it if you do it the right way. And you just want to watch this video until the end, because at the end I'm going to give you bonus points on how we made this a success. So if you are new to the channel, my name is Agnes. I am here sharing my journey to financial independence. And if you are not subscribed, please do subscribe, as I'm about to reach 1,000 subscribers, which is something I'm super excited about. And please like the video and share this with someone whom you know that might benefit from this. Let me know in the comments if you have been doing this business, how have you been able to maintain it throughout the years, so that we can all learn from each other. Without wasting any more time, let's get into the video. The first step is to have a car. If you have your own car already and it meets all the requirements that this platform needs, then that's perfect. But if you don't have a car, then there's a few ways that you can get a car. The first way would be buying it cash, which is something that is very difficult for a lot more people because it is requiring a lot of money. You could either get a new car financed or finance a used car that still qualifies to be financed. If possible, you want to get a brand new car, because this car will be on the road every single day. And one thing about brand new cars is that they come with warranties and guarantees that can help you at the beginning with mechanical or technical problems. And you also know that when you get a brand new car, you are the first person who's starting to drive this car, so you will know how to maintain it, and you probably won't have many mechanical issues with the car. But if getting a new car is not possible for you, then you want to get a used car from a reputable company. And I always advise that you take a mechanic with you, a qualified mechanic with you, whenever you buy a used car. And there's also another way, and this is how we're able to turn our Uber or Bolt side hustle into a business. You can get salvaged car and fix them and start driving them. So what I mean by salvaged car is that these are cars that were written off, accident damaged, or whatever, but these cars are not beyond repair. You buy them, you fix them, and then you start using them for this business. One place that we use is SMD. They always do auctions where you can buy a car that is damaged at a really good price and repair it and then get it on the road. But this is very tricky because some of these cars just come in a condition that will cost you so much money to have it fixed. And for that reason, you want to make sure that you go with a really super good mechanic to identify these problems and tell you whether is it worth buying this car or not. And if it is worth buying it, this mechanic must give you an estimation of how much it might cost you to buy, how much it might cost you to get this car fixed, because that is going to save you a lot of stress in the long run. If the repair is going to cost you so much money, then there's no need in you buying the salvaged car, whereas you could just finance a new car or a second-hand car. So get a car and make sure that this car does meet all the requirements. So to know about the requirements, because this changes from time to time, you need to make sure that you go on the platform, you check exactly what are the requirements for a car to be put on this platform. And different platforms have different requirements. Like for example, InDrive is not as strict as Uber, and Bolt is also not as strict as Uber. Once you have the car, you need to register the car. If the car is not already registered, you need to register it to get a double disc. The double disc will allow you to be able to transport people, and you get a double disc from the Department of Transport. That is step number 1. The second step is, once you have the car and you have it registered, then you need to get insurance. You have to get a third-party liability insurance that will be able to cover the passenger as well should something happen. It is always not recommended. I don't think all the platforms require you to have this third-party insurance cover, but it is always advised to have it. When we started, this was many years ago, when we started, we started with that third-party liability cover, but then we ended up switching to just like normal insurance because it was quite expensive. So if they do need you to have the third-party insurance, then you can start with that, and then after you're already on the platform, you can just get another insurance that will cover you for whatever that you need. You need to have like a tracking device installed on the car because you'd want to be knowing where your car is if someone else is driving it. So get insurance and get the tracking device installed, and also having a tracking device installed will also lower your insurance premium. So do your research, do a little bit of research around that, shop around to find one that works for you and that is also not costing an arm and a leg. Step number 2 is now when you're going to decide who's going to drive the car. If this is a business, then you will need to employ people to drive these cars. And if this is just one car, are you going to be driving the car, or is someone else going to be driving the car? So whoever that is going to drive the car needs to have a professional driving license. So we all have like the ordinary license. You'll just have to upgrade it to a professional driving license, and that is also a hassle-free process. You just have to go to the department of where you get your license done, and then ask all the requirements and everything, and then get this and get your professional driving license. If you are looking for drivers, if you don't know any person that is willing to drive for you, you can look on platform like Facebook, Gumtree, or Facebook or Gumtree. There are always people there that have like professional driving license, or they even have these profiles already, they just do not have cars. Make sure that you do your research. You have to interview the person. You need to make sure that you're giving your car to the right person, because we've been through a lot of ups and downs with drivers, and it's a business. There's always risk associated to them, but make sure that you find a really, really good driver who will not get you in trouble, because like we've had a driver that got us in trouble, so you don't want that. The next step is to apply to start driving. So if the driver or yourself do not have a profile already, then you have to go on the platform and start the application. You will see all the requirements that they need. They might even need you to go do some fingerprints and all that. It's all on the website. So look on the website and get everything submitted. And sometimes you have to wait. Sometimes some of this platform might have a waiting list. So it is always good to apply on all of them, so that if, for example, you are on a waiting list for Uber, at least you can start driving. You can start with Bolt or InDriver already while you are waiting for your Uber. You're still waiting to get a slot on Uber. And also leverage deliveries as well. So don't sleep on deliveries. These are like food deliveries or grocery deliveries. So when you have that ability, if you can, those normally don't have a lot of restrictions. You can get on those ones as easy as possible. But also like every day won't be, you will not necessarily be making a lot of money every single day driving people around. So you on days during the times when it's quiet, during the times when the rides are quiet, then you can focus on delivering food, just so that you keep the business running, especially if your driver or yourself are going to be doing this full time. You don't want to have to wait a long time. You don't want to be sitting and waiting a long amount of time for a trip to come through. You want to have deliveries. If you have a delivery app as well, and if you have the delivery app as well, you can get delivery requests, and then that way you are always making money. When you do the application, depending on the type of car that you have, there are different options. You can choose like the normal ordinary rides or premium. If you choose a premium one, then you can get automatically you do get normal rides as well. But if you'd applied and were approved for normal rides, you won't get premium rides. Premium rides are good because they cost a lot more money, so you make a lot more money driving premium than driving the ordinary one. The premium one will depend on the area that you are in. So if you are going to be driving premium, you want to put yourself in the right location. Now, those are the most important steps. So that's step 1, get a car. Step 2, you get insurance and the tracking device. Step 3, you find a driver. Step 4, you apply. And then step 5 is when you actually get on the road and start making money. So a little bit advice, a little bit tip on this step is that location is key. So you always want to be positioning yourself in the right location when you are working, so that you can get constant trips, and also get and also if you are doing premium, and also get like those premium trips. You gain experience as you are driving around to know which places are right for you. And like with everything, you have to do it a couple of times before you can start to understand it a lot more better, and become aware on how things are done. So be patient with yourself or with your driver as they are starting, because it's not an easy job. It's not an easy job to drive people. And also with the way there's so much crime in the country, you want to be very patient and want to be very understanding with your driver. And one thing that I've seen people do, because you do get drivers that will abuse your car, is track the mileage. So let's say if your agreement is for the driver to pay 2,000 rands every single week, then you'll say to them, it might take you 50,000, like you might drive this amount of kilometers in order for you to make this money. If you exceed onto these kilometers, then you need to give me extra money. That way you are holding them accountable, so that they just do not go and drive your car the way they please. Of course, it's still your car. Even though they're paying you, it's still your car, and the car needs to be maintained. At the beginning, it always starts slow, but it definitely does get better. And also with specific days of the week, we've found on average, weekends are the best. Weekend are the best time to make money. And you also want to capitalize like on days when the weather is super bad. When it's raining, people will have to request. And you also do get like tips. People do give you tips. And so like, yeah, it is a business that does have a lot of risks, but there is money. And you might think that there's a lot of drivers already on the road, and this is not probably a business for you. Trust me, as long as we have people on the planet, they will need transportation. So you'll have bad days and you'll have good days. So I promised that I was going to share a bonus on how you can successfully sustain this business. So the first bonus is to have an emergency fund. Emergency fund. So when you start the business, what you want to do is that the first few monies that you get in, save it. Don't just use it, because like this is a business involving a car on the road, and anything can happen. Anything can happen, especially if you do not have insurance. If you do not have like a good insurance, anything can happen, and the car might need to be serviced a lot more often. So if the car doesn't have warranties or guarantees, I don't know which one covers the servicing and all that, then you have to service this car out of your pocket, and this car will have to be serviced almost every month, or depending on how much it's being driven. So you want to have an emergency fund. An emergency fund will save you from going bankrupt and from leaving this business prematurely. Because when you have an emergency fund, you have peace of mind that if anything happens, the emergency fund can cover it. And also, you want to do like weekly checks of the car. So if the driver can't be coming to you every single week, at least try once a month you want to see your car, because some people will just go bump your car or damage your car, and then you don't know about it. You just let them, they're just driving this car. So you want to make sure that you are regularly checking this car. So those are the 5 steps that you can take today to start driving Uber or InDrive or Bolt. And I promise you guys, like, there is money in the business. If we did it, you can do it too. Okay, so let me know in the comments if there's anything that you would like, if there's anything that you know about this business that has helped you to sustain it, and so that we can all learn from each other. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys again in the next video. Bye.